Yes, by now, everybody, we know that lifestyle creep is real. And in the last video, I was talking about how it happens. And in this video, we're going to talk about what we can do to avoid it. So stick around. Hi everybody and welcome back. You're so welcome. And yes, we are going to talk about how to avoid the dreaded lifestyle creep, how we can be ahead of the curve and make sure our money goes exactly where we want it. Before I jump into the video, of course, I want to say hello to Amanda Pile. Hi Amanda. How are you, honey? And to everyone else who commented on the last video, thank you so much. And perfume of the day or fragrance of the day is this little teeny tiny bottle. Look at the size of it, she's tiny. This was a gift from my Hermes purchase and it is Hermes Tuile de Hermes Eau de Poivre. And I'm not too familiar with this one, I'm not going to lie, but I did wear her once or twice. Yes, she is. Actually, it's funny because you know, there's a theme going on because in this one there is Rose. She's soft and spicy. She's got patchouli in her. She's kind of woody and musky. She's a little earthy. She's warm and spicy. The top notes are pink pepper, mid notes are rose, and base is patchouli. Would you look at the little dinkiness of that bottle? I don't even know what size that is. Anyway, teeny tiny, and she's a real cutie. A lovely little stocking filler for anybody, and a really nice way to try out just different perfumes. So let's move on to the point of today. Yes, lifestyle creep. How the hell are we going to avoid the creep? Well, number one for this video, because you know, it is an obstacle. It's an obstacle that's keeping you stuck in that paycheck to paycheck. You're on that treadmill. You're like the little mouse running around on the wheel over in a hamster in a wheel. Basically, you're just buying and paying back, buying and paying back. How do we stop all of this? Because as your income increases, this is how lifestyle, your income increases, then your lifestyle increases, then your debts increase and everything else increases and your cost of living increases. So that's how this all happens. You experience nicer things, you love fancier things, all of the rest of it. And then that's how we get ourselves in trouble. So we do. It's all very gradual, you know, but it happens. Now, I want to start with increasing your investments. How do we do that, Viv? Well, a lot of people, what you do, and I've said this in videos way back, even when I started my YouTube channel, is to pay yourself first. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean go out and give yourself 500 quid to buy the handbag, even though I know a lot of us are good at that too. But you have to have, by paying yourself first, it's have an automated amount that comes out of your account and goes directly into savings or into a retirement contribution. So they're the kind of investments, or even a rainy day, or the Birkin bag, or the YSL bag, or the Coach bag, or whatever it is, different accounts that are for spending and that are for fun, and that basically you just take them out and it's all automated and you just don't even see it, because other than that your money is just drifting away. You're spending as you're getting and you're like, oh, this is great. Every time I go to the ATM or whatever, there's money just flashing at me and it's grand. I don't have any problems. But that's the way your money will continue to flitter away. But if you just create these investments, invest in yourself this way, also in courses and in workshops, just to upskill all the time. Way back when I was doing modeling and I didn't know if it was going to ever, you know, be successful in modeling or if it was going to last. So I used to just do, like, first I finished my degree in marketing, and then I did Spanish, and then I did a fitness instructor's course. I kept doing course after course after course. Actually, at one point I was calling myself the course queen. But it was also always upskilling just in case something else didn't work out. It's never a waste of money to upskill, to like learn something on YouTube, whatever it is. Invest in you. You're the most important person in your life, and you're the only one who can level you up. You know, you can all play games as well. I do that as well. Pretend, you know, you didn't get the income increase. Pretend that didn't happen, so you can still live day to day, and then you have all this extra money, whether it be at the end of the year or for a holiday or whatever it may be. That is my number one tip. Number two is to set money goals. And why we have to do this is it gives you focus and direction. It also keeps control of your money, because again, I've talked before in the last video about none of us are taught how to manage our money, well, in school at least, or in college. So we have to teach ourselves, we have to learn from mentors, which is another great thing to invest in, or your parents or a friend, somebody that will invest their time in you to teach you how to manage your money. So if you set these money goals, whether it be for house improvements or a new car or a holiday or whatever it may be, but you have a goal. For me, as you know, this year, at the end of this year, even though I had a big spend recently, so I have to recoup that and work more. And that drives me more, which is brilliant, because you have a purpose every day. So at the end of the year, at the end of the day, you have this goal, you have a money goal of a holiday or a car, or, you know, you want to beat yourself in that like competition kind of vibe. Whatever it may be, it is brilliant, and it will really help, you know, keep that lifestyle creep at bay, because he can be a sneaky little fecker, you know. Now, number 3, I would say this one. Now, listen, I've fallen down on this one, haven't I? Don't make hasty decisions. You know? Now, obviously, life throws us curveballs, okay? So there are going to be situations and times where you're going to go, well, I either basically or get off the pot. Beep, or get off the pot. And I can be quite impulsive, I can be quite spontaneous, and I do actually like that trait in myself and in other people. I kind of like when it adds spice and variety to life. It's not always just, you know, we only live once. I'm a real believer in that. We're not here for a long time. I like being practical with a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of spice, a little bit of crack, and a little bit of boldness, a little bit of cheekiness in there somewhere, but on a practical level. So when I say, you know, to not make hasty decisions, I just mean don't go out and buy a car for the sake of buying a car, or don't go out, I mean, the minute you drive it out of the garage, it's losing money. Yes, like you could say, Viv, you bought your handbag, but that was something that was in the back of my head for ages. It was, you know, it was something that, you know, with Hermes, you have to either make the decision or you lose it. It's a safe enough decision in that the investment, if I was to resell it, which I certainly am not, I could resell it for double or triple. Not interested in that game at all. But just make smart, strategic decisions. And just don't make them too hasty that you're, as they say, act in haste, repent at your leisure. Another one of my fathers. He's a great man, my father. Hi, Dad. He's not watching this because he doesn't watch YouTube, but sure, you know, I might show him one day. But so that, I would say, don't make hasty decisions just because you can. I'm just going to go out there just because I can. Like, it doesn't bring any value to your life. It doesn't add to your life in any way. Just be careful of those decisions. Leave yourself that little bit of the wiggle room for something else that might just pop up. Like, say if I had bought the Fendi first, there's a perfect example, which I'm still thinking about, or any other bag. To be very honest with you, I wouldn't have had the funds to buy the Birkin. So there's another example of, you know, that was just luck, I suppose, because of the holiday and all that kind of stuff as well, but I'm just over the moon. Number 4, pay your credit card bill in full. Again, you know, when we have lots and endless amounts of money, a lot of people, you know, I'll put that in the credit card and that in the credit card, and they're not keeping track of your spending, and that can catch up. You know, it's a case of, well, I can pay that off whenever, but between interest rates, that's another trap on the credit card bill, and also it's just getting out of hand, that you've no plan, you've no system in place at all. Be very, very careful of that, and always, if you have a credit card, pay her off fully at the end of the month. And that is a really, really smart way, because you're teaching yourself discipline, you're using the card in the best possible way to you, and also you're building up credit with your financial bank or whatever institution you're using, and then you are also getting all the benefits and rewards that come with the credit card. So be careful. Number 5, don't buy what you can rent. This one is, I think, amazing. And like, I've made this mistake in the past also. Like, we've owned, say, holiday properties. I know people who've owned boats and things like that. But, you know, these things, they take maintenance and upkeep and they, you know, the staff to maintain, whether it be a boat, whether it be a property, to maintain the property itself. And even in this day and age, even in clothes, like I know there's a website called Rent the Runway. We all complain about clothes that sit in our closet and we never wear ever again, particularly formal clothes, where they're going to black tie parties, cocktail evenings, weddings, things like that. There are so many beautiful services now that provide rentable, beautiful designer gowns and all that kind of stuff. You rent it once, you give it back. It's not taking up space in your wardrobe. You're not worried about having to wear it again. You're not worried about cost per wear. You're not worried about it going out of fashion. It's just amazing. It's the way to go. Even with handbags, and I actually thought of this idea years and years ago, but it wasn't the right time to do it. And I had thought, well, you know, I could start up a company called Rent My Handbag. And now I know you can do it on places like, I think Rent the Runway do it, or there's other places in London, I think, that do it. But it's a great concept. I mean, you know, I'll have that bag for a month, thanks very much. And then I don't have to pay out 7 grand, 7 million euro, however much they are now, you know? So just, yeah, don't buy what you can rent, and then you don't have to worry. You're very free. You're free to go anywhere, do anything. That's why Airbnb has been so successful. People don't want to own things. They just want to be free. That, you know, no burden on your shoulders of that lifestyle of just floating around, enjoying all the entrapments, or not entrapments, enjoying all the trappings of the wealthy, but not having to own anything and upkeep it. I think that is freedom. That is the definition of freedom. Number 6, spend intentionally and mindfully. Now, this is something we all need to practice, isn't it? I try to do this. It doesn't always, but I think if you do anything 80% of the time, you're doing okay. So if you decide, well, I'm not going to spend my money on, say, fast fashion, ever. If I'm not going to buy that, or I don't really buy designer clothes, I buy designer bags, or buy designer shoes, or I like to eat out, or I like to spend my money on travel, or I like to spend my money on hotels. Whatever it may be, you decide intentionally where you want your money to go, and then intentionally it's been spent, rather than when you're out and about shopping or wherever it may be, you're not getting caught by, oh, this sale, or look at this shiny thing over here, or look at this here, and you know, and all the marketing and all the music and all the emotion behind it and everything. And if you're having a bad day, then you're going to go out and spend. You're not getting caught in all of those little tiny trappings. You won't overspend in this way, and so you've kind of planned where your money goes. You still need a spending plan if you have lots of money, and if your income has, you know, increased incrementally or whatever. You just still need a spending plan, and that leads on to your budget. A lot of people with lots and lots of money feel they don't have to budget anymore, and this is another trap. Whether you have no money, whether you have lots of money, you know, when you have less money, you're scrimping and scraping, you're kind of, oh God, you have to watch what's on sale, and, you know, go to the grocery store. And again, you know, when you've lots of money, people tend not to budget. You have got to budget for everything. Budget for your groceries, budget for your spending, budget for your handbags, budget for your holidays. It's going to make your life less bad surprises and more great surprises, and that's the way you want your life to go, easier and more gently, so that just life is easier all around for everyone. That's what we want at the end of the day. And last but not least, don't forget to plan for your fun spending. This is so important. At the end of the day, if you've got all this money, you need to enjoy it. You've worked hard for it, you need to enjoy it. But if you plan and it's your fun spending, it's guilt-free, which is lovely. And whether you have the Catholic guilt or whatever guilt we all have or carry around on our shoulders, you'll have zero of that. If you put, like, say 10% of your earnings for just fun, 10, 15, depends on what you can afford. 20 if you can afford that. Just for fun. Just for those things that satisfy the wants, whether it's the nice handbag or the jewellery or the facial or the massage or whatever splurge it is to you. Plan for that, off you go, and enjoy it completely guilt-free. And there is no better feeling in the world. Have the automated account where I've heard Lou say it, where she has her account where it says Birkin. I have my Christmas fund accounts. I have different accounts that I've always had for years and years and years. The money is automated, it comes out, and I just enjoy that money, whether it comes Christmas, whether it comes for the bag, whether it comes for whatever it is. it's there and you can enjoy it. So they are ways to avoid this lifestyle creep and catching up on you and you're not being ready for it. I hope this was helpful for you. If you'd like more of these kind of videos, please let me know. It would be brilliant. And also, ladies, if you're really interested as well, I have a few friends in the industry, professional makeup artist who has done celebrities, supermodels makeup, TV stars, you name it. And we're thinking on collaborating on a video on makeup for the over 30s, over 40s, that will lift your face, how you should be applying your makeup from a certain age upwards, because there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And even though I've been doing my own makeup, and I know this is a completely separate thing, but I wanted to get some feedback from you, whether you'd be interested in it or not. Her name is Zoe, she's beautiful, and I'd love to bring her on and have chats with her, and she could do a before and after look, and you could give you all the tips that she has. So let me know, and with that, that's why I need you to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get all the notifications of all the videos that you may be interested in. I know that you're not going to be interested in them all, but I want to do a variety, so let me know. And until next time, mind your money, mind yourselves, be kind, be safe, be compassionate, love you lots. Mwah.